If you are worried about your work, you should see a study counselor. We have specially assigned staff to help you find appropriate work placements. Renewable energy sources are now used to produce electricity. Please make sure you use the standard form of quotation. Please read the article that was given out yesterday. Compiling a bibliography can present a major challenge for some students. The chemistry building is located near the entrance of the campus. Students who study overseas can significantly improve their work chances. Human activities are the principal cause of global warming. One creative individual in Japan has made a similar protest for decades. Today we have a guest speaker who is visiting from Canada. Tomorrow's lecture has been cancelled due to the power cut. The assessment of this course will begin next week. This will be the first art exhibition to be held by the university. The university hosts a wide range of events both on and off campus. A balanced diet will help you study more effectively. At the end of the day, people want to profit from the return on their investment. The support and advice of lecturers within the department has been invaluable. Graduates from this course generally find jobs in the insurance industry. All the works you consult need to be mentioned in the bibliography. One of the first mass transit systems was located in France. Speaking one or more foreign languages will be useful in your career. I have lectures on Tuesday from 9 o'clock until 2 o'clock. The professor plans to discuss issues in the news that reflect concepts taught in class. What's going on can help patients leave their fears at the door. Animal behavior appears to contain both similar and distinct aspects to that of humans. It's a great privilege to welcome our guest speaker to our college. Key aspects of this investigative paradigm may prove useful in other spheres. All laboratory equipment will be provided in class. Scientists have found all parts of science. The key findings seem to contradict our initial hypothesis. Students' papers should be about a current social issue. The college operates on a system of continuous assessments. Sleep is believed to play a critical role in storing memories. Please note, submission deadlines are only negotiable in exceptional circumstances. Tuesday is the final day for students to submit their assignments without any penalty. Eating a healthy breakfast can provide energy throughout the day. The bibliography needs to be removed prior to publication. Students can borrow this book for a maximum of 1 day. The cafeteria is open on Monday and Thursday. Accommodations on campus are limited, but there are more options nearby. The temporary library will be closed in the winter break. The bus right out in the front will take you to the station. There are lots of opportunities to meet people in this course. Extension is only available under special circumstances. The deadline of assignments is the 4th of February. This office is for students who want to study abroad. The paper must be reviewed thoroughly and appropriately. The information you need for this meeting is on the website. Organizational failure is considered from various perspectives in academic literature. The tutorial rooms are located along the left-hand side. The English expression is just a way of saying that age is not important. I looked in my closet for something to wear, but I couldn't find anything appropriate for the occasion. Fungi are important in the process of decay, which returns ingredients to the soil, enhances soil fertility, and decomposes animal debris. Please click the logo above to enter the site. There is a new pharmacy on the north side of the university campus. I am wondering if cell phones are actually just as dangerous as cigarettes. He was regarded as the foremost economist at that time. Children can share their lunch at around noon. The theoretical proposal was challenged to grasp. The Arts magazine is looking for a new assistant editor. I am glad that Professor Gordon just joined our faculty. We are not going to accept the assignment after the due date on Friday. Students are held accountable for adhering to establishing community standards. Meeting with tutors could be arranged for students who need additional help. I thought the midterm exam was only worth half of our course grade. I believe children should read aloud more. Farmers do not always receive prices for agricultural goods. All undergraduate students should participate in the seminar. Students should take advantage of the internet before attending the lecture. I'm afraid Professor Jones doesn't suffer fools gladly. All of our accommodations are within a walking distance of the academic buildings. In marketing, short-term thinking leads to many problems. On our campus, prospective students had access to 13 college libraries. The School of Arts and Design has an open day on Thursday next week. The pharmacy was closed when I went past this morning. The final exam will test material from all chapters covered in class this term. Due to the increase in courses, universities should increase their staff, too. All the assignments should be submitted by the end of this week. I'm glad that you've got it. Students are afraid of writing an essay because they have learned nothing about it. The office opens on Wednesday and Thursday. The information on the internet becomes more reliable. The initial results are intriguing, but statistically speaking, they are insignificant. The cafe house is closed down, and the snack machine is still running throughout the night. The original Olympic Games are one kind of original festival. Students are held accountable for adhering to established community standards. Dr. Green's office has been moved to the second floor of the building. We are not going to accept the assignment after the due date on Friday. In the last few weeks, we've been looking at various aspects of the social history of London. You will be informed of the results by email. Trade financing for the local market or the international market for exports begins from the first step at the banks. There is no guarantee that you will get your first choice. The future of English is in the hands of countries where non-native speakers live. In front of us is the car park, as you can see, and to the left, by the entry gate, is the gift shop. Before you hear the rest of the talk, you'll have some time to look at questions 14 to 20. The feeling of disgust is related to the stomach. People often conform during their leisure time as well as during their work hours. Children, for example, are often exposed to negative role models under peer pressure. First of all, a lot of students don't even know how to type very fast. There are ongoing problems with the overconsumption of junk food. There are several reasons for population growth, such as better education. Sometimes ads promote a brand rather than a particular product. Market research surveys might be given by telephone, the internet, or in person. All students are encouraged to vote in the forthcoming elections. This part of the story is the story of my father. During the next few centuries, London became one of the most powerful and prosperous cities in Europe. I'll start with a brief history of the district, and then focus on life in the first half of the 20th century. The medical center is located near the supermarket on North Street. The mismatch between the intended and reported uses of the instrument has become clear. New York City is famous for its ethnic diversity. A periodical is a publication that is issued regularly. All filed assignments should have a full list of bibliography. A study skill seminar is on for the students who require assistance. People with an active lifestyle are less likely to die early or to have a major illness. There will be a guest lecturer visiting the psychology department next month. No crop responds more readily than careful husbandry and skillful cultivation. All essays and seminar papers submitted must be emailed to your tutor. She doesn't even care about anything but what is honest and true. The study of archaeology requires intensive international fieldwork. Student discount cards can be used on campus in the coffee house. Please do not bring food into the classroom. Your watch is fast, you need to reset it. You can change your courses on the website during the registration period. Anyone who has a problem with their accommodation should speak to the welfare officer. I've got a tutorial in an hour and I haven't had any time to prepare for it. Most of the assignments should be submitted on the same day. The office said Dr. Smith will arrive later today. The United States has the maximum production of chocolate. You can only choose one subject from biology and media. 39.5% of Californian residents do not speak English at home. All sources of materials must be included in your bibliography. Students are competing for every place in the computer courses. Any textual references you make should be cited appropriately in the bibliography. Applicants for the course preferably have a degree in English or journalism. When the demand for the course rose, university authorities took on additional academic staff. The books are filled with drawings of machines invented when he was a student. To get further extensions, you need to call the education executive on 401. If you forget your passport, you need to contact the student center. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about the other theories that can explain the variations in climate. The library is located on the north side of the campus. The website has probably the most attractive designs and layouts. The university policy on plagiarism can be viewed on the website. Remember, your essay should have less than 2,000 words. Please make an appointment with your tutor about work. Social work is not the only subject in sociology. Note that the deadline of the submission of proposals has been extended for a week. The contemporary literature works have been broadened and extended through interpretation. Telecommunication is based on the array of networks. The subject is complex and difficult to explain. The first draft of the presentation is almost ready. Students may not use calculators in the final exams. In Russia, my colleagues said my written language was hard to understand. Keeping organized class notes will make study time more efficient. Please make sure you have filled in all your details before submitting. Please make an appointment before attending the next meeting. The results of the study challenge previously held assumptions. It's obviously vital that companies should fully understand their customers. Understanding the historical context will help you appreciate the art in this era. The campus car park will be closed next weekend. Marks will be awarded for a bibliography in the correct format. You realize that you can deal with a lot of situations. The trial experiment is to increase the interest in the issue and the jurisdiction clause. He told me it was the most important assignment of all. Many species have not yet been discovered by biologists. The lecture tomorrow will discuss the educational policy in the United States. Please note that the proposal submission deadline has been extended. Students can choose graduate certificate, graduate diploma, and master's course. There are many welcoming activities for new undergraduate and postgraduate students. We are considering all candidates' backgrounds and identities. Mobile phone chargers vary enormously from one place to another. We can discuss education in the tutorial next week. A man who suffered serious brain damage during an operation is suing the hospital. Collaboration is a feature of a successful company. Today's lecture is canceled because the lecturer is ill. I've had a very happy childhood, so I sometimes forget that others haven't. All students must return the books to the college library before the end of the term. Next time, we'll discuss the influence of the media on public policy. Until you complete the form, you cannot attend. We have 3 distinctive libraries which are nationally acclaimed. Read the safety instructions before using the equipment during the workshop. The brain is the central computer of our bodies. By using the student identification card, you can borrow books from the library. Young children need education and organized activities. There are 3 separate assignments for this module. Anonymous behaviors can be identified without intervention. I would like a tomato and cheese sandwich on white bread and orange juice. Experience would be an advantage for this managerial role. A lot of agricultural workers came to the East End to look for alternative work. Everyone should get access to art galleries no matter where they live. Presentation skills are important to both university and the workplace. Major sports on campus include rugby, soccer, and tennis. It is clear that the effects of climate change will damage the world economy. The framework will help pose more research questions systematically. To understand this event, we need to go back to its origins. You may be able to retake the module if your marks are too low. In our consortium, students have access to 13 college libraries. There's no point in designing efficient cars if we use them more and more. She's doing a master's degree through distance learning. Our capacity to serve the community is a vital part of our role. The library is located on the other side of the campus, behind the student center. If you've forgotten your student number, you'll need to contact Jenny Bryce. For further information, please contact a member of our administration team. The visiting professor is going to give a lecture on geology. The course comprises 20 hours of lectures, seminars, and tutorials each week. Those students have to retake the module if their marks are too low. We're dividing the class into 2 groups. You come with me. The rest should stay here. Numerous courses devoted to life sciences are listed in perspective. Nearly half of their television output is given over to educational programming. Please explain what the author means by sustainability. This is how we deliver healthcare to millions of people all over the world. Only those who are over 18 years of age are eligible to open a bank account in our bank. Negative discourses continue to be predominant in discussions about gender. There are a range of housing options near the university. Anatomy is the study of internal and external body structures. Our university has strong partnerships with industry as well as collaborative relationships with government bodies. Ideally, free trade is beneficial for trading with 2 partners. All students in engineering courses spent 1 year working on war experience. I expect a long and stagnant debate for a week or 2 on this issue. The student welfare officer can help students with different issues. The technician left the new microscope in the biology lab. The gap between rich and poor is not decreasing as rapidly as expected. The bookstore is located on the main campus behind the library. Would you prepare some PowerPoint slides with appropriate graphs? Unfortunately, the 2 most interesting economic electives clash on my timetable. The verdict depends on which side was more convincing to the jury. Every year, students pass the biology course easily. A demonstrated ability to write clear, correct, and concise English is needed in academic writing. Most printers in the library are out of ink. In 1830, periodicals appeared in large numbers in America. Number the beakers and put them away until tomorrow. To receive the reimbursement, you must keep the original receipts. I would like an egg and tomatoes on white sandwich and orange juice. Fishing is a sport and a means of survival. The author expressed an idea that modern readers invariably cannot accept. It is important to take gender into account when discussing the figures. Conferences are always scheduled on the 3rd Wednesday of the month. We did not think there is any notable variance between 2 of the 3 tests. It's within that framework that we make our survey. In the 1880s, cycling became a major phenomenon in Europe. If she doesn't speak the language, she's not going to sit around and wait for a translator. Hypothetically, insufficient mastery in these areas slows future progress. Many undergraduate students go back home and stay with their parents after graduation. Politics combine both the legislative and the political authorities. The cafeteria closes soon, but the snack machine is accessible throughout the night. Today, we will be discussing the role of the government in preventing injustice. Arteries carry oxygenated blood from the heart to the other parts of the body. Don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions. As student union members, we can influence the change in the university. It is good for the environment, also good for your electricity bill. To answer such a complex question with a simple yes or no is absolutely impossible. The original Olympic Games were celebrated as religious festivals. The office opens on Mondays and Thursdays, directly following the freshman seminar. The minimal mark for distinction grade is no less than 75%. The contest includes both land living history and human history. Evidence for clear correlations of brain events and behavioral events are always fascinating. In this library, books in the reserve collection can be borrowed for up to 3 hours. Put the knife and fork next to the spoon near the edge of the table. Make sure you correctly cite all your sources. Even with the permit, finding a parking spot on campus is almost impossible. Please pass the handouts along to the rest of the people in your row. Once more, under the pressure of economic necessity, practice outstripped theory. The problems facing us today are global and therefore need global solutions. The university supplies a number of scholarships for those who have specific goals. His hypothesis on black holes is rendered moot as the explanation is for nations. He was constantly looking for ways to bring industry and agriculture closer together. Biographical information should be removed prior to publication of the results. The results of the study will be published next month. Basketball was created in 1891 by a physical education instructor. By clicking this button, you agree with the terms and conditions of this website. The elephant is the largest living land mammal. In consultation with your supervisor, your thesis is approved by the faculty committee. In my free time, I read books on current affairs, as well as the newspaper. Rules about breaks and lunch hours will vary from one company to the next. Physics is the study of matter and energy. Current statistical evidence indicates that further research is required. What distinguishes him from others is his dramatic use of black and white photography. Companies exist to make money, not to change society. Meetings with mentors can be scheduled for students who require additional support. Many students are scared of writing essays, but then they never learn how. The problem with this is that it fails to answer the basic question. Monday's seminar on essay writing skills has been canceled. The U.S. ranks 22nd in foreign aid, given as a percentage of GDP. We offer a broad range of undergraduate and graduate courses. There's almost too much information on this topic. Our capacity to respond to national needs will determine our ability to flourish. Lecture Theater 1 is located on the ground floor of the back of building. You can pay using cash or a credit card. The internet provides an unusual opportunity to examine current events from a global perspective. Most of the student advisors are extremely helpful. The United States has the largest chocolate manufacturing industry. I didn't agree with all his arguments, but his presentation was good. The number of bankruptcies skyrocketed in the third quarter. All necessary information was included in the assignment. Meteorology is the detailed study of the Earth's atmosphere. It can be argued that students learn more from doing collaborative rather than individual tasks. Sports is the cause of many traumatic brain injuries in the United States. Expertise in a particular area can distinguish you from the other graduates. Glass is not a true solid because it doesn't have a crystal structure. But they haven't come into widespread use yet. Globalization has been overwhelmingly in urban and urbanizing phenomena. Leading scientists speculate that numerous planets could support life forms. Portfolios are due to the Internal Review Office no later than Tuesday. Being a vegan means not consuming any animal products. Tutoring sessions will last approximately 2 hours. We have to read the first 5 chapters in preparation for next Monday's tutorial. The media have had a great influence on people's beliefs and attitudes. There is a fitness center next to the student union. No more than 4 people can be in the lab at once. Acupuncture is one technique involved in traditional Chinese medicine. Our renowned economist is slated to speak this evening at 8. We'll study the following 2 pictures in the next lecture. The United States has become a coffee culture in recent years. This small Indian state is the land of forests, valleys, and snowy islands. In your introduction, show you understood the question in no more than 4 sentences. The computer crashed and I had not saved my work. Please sort and order the slides for the presentation according to topic and speech time. Newspapers across the country reported a story about the president. The real reason for the world hunger problem is not lack of food, but poverty. I think that you raised the issue and to talk about it is great. Would you pass me the textbook on that table? The first few sentences of an essay should capture the reader's attention. Newspapers around the country are reporting the stories of the president. Resident Hall is closed prior to academic building closing at the end of this semester. Don't forget to hand in your assignments by the end of next week. Several students raise different examples. The university will celebrate Earth Day by planting trees. There won't be enough space for me in the car. Our School of Arts and Technology accepts applications at all points during the year. You should raise your concerns with the head of school. The wheelchair lift has been upgraded this month. General Biology Tech is located in the north wing of a library stack. You should inquire about direct deposit. He is almost never in his office. She's a specialist in 18th century French literature. Contemporary critics dismissed his ideas as eccentric. Please be careful when using online translating programs. The preliminary bibliography will be due in the week before spring break. In English, the months of the year are always capitalized. You need to be careful when quoting internet sources. Applications for internship opportunities are available in the office. A computer virus destroyed all my files. The hypothesis needs to be tested in a more rigorous way. We are delighted to have Professor Robert join our faculty. The psychology department is looking for volunteers to be involved in research projects. You can download all lecture handouts from the course website. Their program depends entirely on private funding. Higher fees cause students to look more critically of what universities offer. Organic food is produced without chemicals and processed without additives. By logging into the website, you read all terms and conditions regarding your enrollment. City living in the 21st century is increasingly stressful. A full bibliography is needed at the end of all assignments. I'll be in my office every day from 11 to 12. I wasn't able to attend the tutorial because I had the doctor's appointment. The United Kingdom is a constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy. The agriculture sector in that country is heavily subsidized. The first person in space was from the Soviet Union. Your tutor is very helpful. Please do ask if you don't understand the question. Student loans are now available for international students. We have been doing research in that area for probably over 25 years.